I don't see how the soul is even a coherent idea. A central objection many philosophers make is the interaction problem. How can a soul control a body? How does a non-physical entity like the soul cause physical changes? How does it interact with the physical? What does it even mean for something non-physical to interact with something physical? By what mechanism is this interaction mediated if it is not by physical things like matter or energy? What does it even mean for something non-physical to do anything? What does non-physical even mean? I don't think substance dualists have given comprehensible answers to any of these questions.
Now, I'll be arguing two basic points tonight. One, that consciousness is not physical. And two, I am more than my brain and body, I am a soul. So let's start by giving some definitions. I hold the view known as substance dualism, the view that I am a soul that has and interacts with a body.
There's a great couple of videos by qualiasoup that explains the biggest problems with substance dualism and the reasons why it is not taken seriously by most philosophers nowadays. I'll put a link to that in the description.
What is a soul? The soul is an immaterial thing that contains consciousness, animates the body, grounds and unifies my experiences, indivisibility, personhood, identity through change, and free will.
This definition says what the soul is not, it's not material, and it says what the soul does, but it doesn't actually say what the soul is.
Well, the problem is that a single quark cannot contain a belief. And it's not like when you put a lot more together or you rearrange them, you fix the problem. It's not like at 9,999 neurons, there are no beliefs. But when you add one more, boom, you've got beliefs. Why not? Well, because if a single quark cannot contain things like beliefs, then putting more together and rearranging them does not give you beliefs.
Compositional fallacy. A single water molecule cannot be described as wet. Does that mean that a collection of water molecules cannot have the property of wetness? How many water molecules do you need before this property emerges? It's not so clear. Does this mean that wetness is therefore not a property of a collection of molecules?
Conscious states have intentionality, meaning beliefs are about things. Take my belief that 7 is a prime number. The belief is about the number 7. So again, the problem is that by simply rearranging neurons in a different group or structure will not make them about the number 7.
False. Material things can contain information, so why can't they have aboutness? What's the difference between the two? Computers can represent the number 7 physically, and in fact they have to in order to do calculations involving that number. We often say that computer representations are made up of ones and zeros, but to be more precise, they are made up of transistors or some other kind of switch, which are either in an on or off state. When a transistor is in the on state, it represents the number 1. In other words, the state of the transistor is about the number 1. When you think about an apple, your brain cells recall the information collected from your experiences with apples. This information is stored in the brain as a configuration of molecules in and among the neurons that was formed by signals from your sense organs. The molecular configurations formed by one's experiences with apples can literally and accurately be said to be about apples. I don't see why non-physical substance is required.